Hello again, guys. So, I have figured out what the problem was with making the black bronze last episode. My copper concentration had fallen below 50%, I think. Rather than play around with trying to get that perfect, I'm instead making one ingot of black bronze and one of regular bronze, using basically the last of our copper. With one of those two things, we're going to make this shovel. Finally get all these stone tools off my hotbar. And with the other, we are going to make some arrowheads. Sorry, bolt heads, I guess, for our crossbow. The pattern for these goes like this. It is called an arrowhead. Okay. And then while we're at it, we might as well make, guess what? Everyone's favorite clay vessel. So, bring this up to its level. Let's see, nearest source of wood. There we go. So, that is going to cook, and while that does, why don't we go take care of the leather we have curing? Or, I guess at this point it is a raw hide or two. Oh, and you, my friend, can no longer bother us. You have no power here anymore. So, small soak tide and a medium soak tide. When we take these and put them with a knife in our inventory, we get a scrape tide, or 3. These scrape tides, nope, not tannin. We can soak, I believe, in water. Oh, and look. Oh, we only partway got through that stack of jute. That's too bad. There wasn't enough water in there to get all the way through. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our bucket, and I'm just going to soak the rest of this jute here in the house. I need to make more barrels, it would seem. But what I'd like to do is move some of this lime water over here. Okay, almost full here, or maybe it already is, I don't know. Yeah. So we can empty that, set it for in, and we will fill it up with water, put some hides in, and seal it. We'll do the same with this barrel. Put the hide in, seal it. Now, I am going to rearrange these barrels. Really, all I have to do for my own satisfaction is put that tannin at the end here. This is the last step in the tanning process. Once it gets out of these barrels, we will tan it. In the meantime, though, let's head back in, see what's happening with our pit kiln. We might also play around with that jute fiber. Okay, our kiln is still going, so let's see what the uses for this jute fiber are. There's only one, it would appear. That is 4 and 1. Let's see. Okay, and the rope is only usable with animals. So, we now have 2 ropes. Let me show you. This rope acts basically like leads in vanilla Minecraft. If we attach it to an animal, we can lead them around. And I believe tie them to poles, and then collect the leads back. Excellent. This will make getting future animals much easier. In our case, the other animals we're really going to want are chickens and cows. Those are the ones that would just be fantastic to have. Okay. Let's check once more on that kiln. Yeah, still going. So in the meantime, why don't we go check our crops? Change the mode on that hoe so that we can see whether these crops are done or not. I don't think they are. No, unfortunately, not quite yet. Hopefully they complete before the first snow of the season. Snow will actually destroy them, so yeah. If they take too long, they will not ever get the chance to grow. It will be quite sad. One of our highest priorities now is going to be getting more copper. But in the meantime, actually, we can use the copper we already have and see about making a copper anvil. Oh, but that will be put on hold slightly as we collect these things. Okay. So, black bronze I think I'm going to make into the arrowheads. Excellent. And bronze is going to be the shovel. Ha ha ha. Great. Now we can hang up this shovel. We'll put it here for now. Actually, we'll store all of our old stone tools there. Because why not? Meanwhile, we can keep these vessels up here for further adventuring. And what we need is a feather. feather gets turned into fletchings, which get used along with our arrowhead to make bolts. Now let's see, if the bolts are in our inventory and we right click, nothing happens. If it's on the hotbar, if we hold down right click, ooh, that's pretty cool. Now bolts have the advantage that if we are attacking mobs or the landscape, they are very highly recoverable. So even though we only have 4 of them, they should last us a while, I think. If we attacked other players, that would be another story. So you hold down right click, and it cocks. Now I can left click as much as I want. I can shift off of that. But when I right click, out shoots the bolt. Excellent. Okay, let's just check once more with them in the inventory. No, nothing happens. That is too bad. Oh, and our crossbow. I suppose I should have expected this, but the crossbow does take durability damage. Okay, so what I think I will do, keep the bolts there most of the time, crossbow loaded on the hotbar. Now, we were about to make a copper anvil. In order to do this, you have to heat up your copper in a forge. Once it gets hot enough, this copper is going to be weldable, and it'll actually tell us when that is the case here on the tooltip. You can see it's heating up, getting very hot. This middle slot heats faster than the others. Slightly, at least. So this ingot is going to be the first to get hot enough. Once it does, we can put it over here on the side, and that will allow us to keep it warm while we weld all the others together, because these pairs will be ready to weld together, whereas this one might be a little too fast. We'll see. Now, it will also tell us if we are getting it too hot, in which case it will say danger. You see, right now it's labeled can work. This is not hot enough for our purposes yet. We need it to say can weld. Can weld. I'm going to let it get slightly hotter, because as soon as I remove it from the heat, it will start losing heat. Okay, it is now in the danger zone. That means we can bring it over here, weld it together. Huh. I think I lied to you. I try not to do that. But it looks like things over here on the right do in fact lose heat. That's too bad. Yeah, it is cooling down. Okay. So, these guys are going to be the next to be ready. I am going to take care of some of this off camera, and once I have welded all these guys together, I will come back and show you what I do to make the anvil. And we're all done. Copper double ingots. Twice the fun. Making an anvil is a simple affair. And now we can remove our stone anvil. And replace it with a superior model. I have to say, I don't think I like it just there on the floor. And I kind of wish I hadn't destroyed that block of stone. That's okay. First, let's see what it looks like on a block of smooth stone. I wish I could put it at half height, actually. Seems like that would be perfect. Just a little bit lower than this. But... So the issue is, and I have to admit this, I've actually done a little blacksmithing in real life. It was a college course that I took. And you have to be able to lean over to hammer the thing. So having it up that high wouldn't really work. You can't have it at eye level. At the same time, you want it a little bit higher than this. You don't want it to be just going up to your knees. It's too bad. The vanilla anvil actually feels like it comes up to the right height. Even though the thing is probably way too big for an anvil, this is a better size. Normally, in a metal shop, you'll have an anvil kind of on a half slab. Not a half slab, obviously, but, you know, like a little piece of wood. I'm relatively confident we would not be able to put this anvil on a half-height item. But on the off chance that the TerraFirmaCraft dev has done some blacksmithing and thought the same thing as me, it does not hurt to try. So we'll put that guy there. Change the mode on our chisel. Okay. You can't actually lower a slab or a log. That's too bad. That would have looked nice. We will try with something else though. Let's get back this smooth gabbro piece. I would like to put it about here. No. Try once more now that I've lowered it another. This is actual slab height. Nope. Floating anvil. The alternative would be to put the anvil at a slightly height, a slight height, but have it so that we moved up to use it. Or down, like if we put a half slab here and stood at it, I think it would look right. But I don't think I'm going to go to that much trouble for this. I think this is how our anvil will be. And I apologize for spending so much of your time talking about the aesthetics of anvils. Time well spent, obviously, but I could also have been doing other things. Okay. I think at about this point, our jute should be ready. And it did not even get through all our jute here. I'm kind of okay with that. I don't think we have any huge need for additional jute fiber, and thus more ropes at the moment. Although I'm going to keep these on me for right now in case we come across any animals we want to lead home. The other thing that's probably done is our hide out here. Yeah, see, we have 3 small prepared hides and 1 medium prepared hide. What we are going to do is put the small hides into the tannin and seal that. We only have the 1 barrel of tannin, unfortunately, so we can't speed that process up at all. Actually, let's just leave this guy here for now. So, what this means is that I think all of the crafting tasks that we had around the house are now done. So there are a couple more things that we need to address. We need to get more copper. 125 meters that way. We've got deep copper, 287 that way. And those are the 2 copper sources I've marked on my mini-map. So we're going to go to the closer source and see what we can pick out with our prospector's pick. You'll notice that I am not taking these crops. I believe that's rice. We have plenty of it already. Okay, traces of cassiterite. Interesting. Small, large sample of cassiterite. So this is certainly... Oh, that is galena. Okay, and I have it marked as copper here, which means we found some of that on the surface. So what I think we should do is dig down a little. and see what we can find. Well, I guess I haven't actually showed you guys digging in TerraFirmaCraft. So what we can do here is use our prospector's pick to figure out where we're going. So we've currently got a very large sample of cassiterite nearby. And what that means is that we are pretty close to a lot of the stuff. Yeah, I know that's not very specific, but I actually don't know exactly what that represents, like numerically, how much cassiterite needs to be how nearby. But what we can do is dig just a few side channels like this. And when we get out a little bit, we can prospector's pick again. Okay, so this is still very large. That means we're pretty close to it there. It could be above us, below us, or to any side. 6 directions, really. So to sort of rule out where it is and localize it, we dig out in this other direction and see what this says. Okay. I was hoping I could cut corners here. And I started digging before I had localized it. So what this means is that we're going to have to do a little scouting around on the surface to find where the center mass of that cassiterite is. Because of that, I'm going to sleep and then come back to show you. Our first chance to use the fabled crossbow. Huh. Did not work how I hoped it would. You know, shockingly perhaps, I was really hoping it would not rebound off of our target and hit us. Room for improvement, though, I guess. Okay. As you can see, I slept the night away, and we are now back where I began digging for that cassiterite. The cleverer thing to do would be to say that here is a large sample. Traces, which is a very small amount. Medium, large. Okay, if we come over this way, very large. This means that the cassiterite is over this direction. Okay, and if we cross over to here, still very large. Okay. Traces. Medium. Very large. So very large started across there, ended over here. Localizes, that means, right into the middle there. Now the other thing that we have to do, oh, and there's a little piece of cassiterite. So we have to localize it between this direction and that direction. So to do this, I'm going to cross over the bank here because this side. Very large, very large, very large. Very large. Very large. Okay. Looks like it's probably a little further over in this direction. Here's where I hit large, kind of right up there. I'll take out the grass here so we will know. We know it was very large here. If we come over here, just large. So halfway between here and that piece of grass is right about here. And right about here. Just make sure this isn't okay. So this is where the cassiterite actually is. Huh. Let's see what we can do about that. Okay. If we... Yeah, okay. Never mind the cobblestone I so foolishly made. If we dig down here, we should find it. But what this means is that our mine over here, nope, over here, is not going to prove useful. So, well, okay, yeah. I think I should be able to pillar up. Although, actually, no I won't. Not with those things here. If I put torches down, will this let me pillar up? Hey. It appears the answer is yes. So it cost us 2 torches, but we were able to get back up. Great. Now, if we come down here, we can use these ladders. I'm cheap about ladders. It's weird, but when sticks are so plentiful, I actually feel worse about picking them up. Okay, we are now far enough under the water. Double check. Very large cassiterite. Okay. Once we get down a little more, we could even... Yeah. We'll go down one more level. And then we will just mine out this way. The cassiterite should be right over here. And remember, cassiterite is tin. It is one of the things we use in bronze. So finding a good source. Hey, cassiterite, and it is rich. 35 units per. That's actually really nice. Oh, I'm happy about that. Now, if we get some rich copper to go along with it. Well, that was a cave-in. And what that means is that we are going to have to learn about reinforcing our tunnels. But that will have to wait one more day. Or until the next episode at least. Another day for me. Potentially instantly for you, depending upon when you're watching this. Anyway, see you next time.